know I'm outside, y'all. I'm still here for y'all. My lights go out. It ain't my fault. Y'all know how the real black folks say. Supposed to let the lights off and let God talk. Y'all gotta listen to us tonight. Jeez. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? You hear that theme music, you see these beautiful faces. We are the Let's Get Canceled podcast. I'm your boy Tommy with an H. I'm the voice of the people. I speak for y'all.
And I'm your boy, Big Tech Dog, your favorite friendly, lovable loudmouth. Hey, yo, cousin.
What up, cousin?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get canceled.
So on tonight's episode, we are going to talk Shiloh. Not Shiloh Sanders. Shiloh's this white woman that decides to call a 5-year-old black kid the N-word. So we must address her situation. She has raised an astounding amount of money over the last week or so, and we just want to get your opinions and give our opinions exactly on how
Definitely we'll give ours
on how we feel about that. And there was also a cop shooting not too long ago, and after that police shooting, there was another incident that happened with the father. So we will dive into that and give our opinions on that, and just have a little bit of a discussion on how we deal with things, and also on how we interact with police. We have talked about how we interact with police quite a bit, so this is not going to change. We will continue to harp on how we as a community, black men especially, have to deal with law enforcement. But our main story tonight, well, our first story, not our main, our first story tonight is Paul Pierce going to get us in trouble. But before we get there, cousin, how you feeling on this great Wednesday?
Man, I'm feeling like I'm gonna take these glasses off because I see a glare
Okay.
right away. So I'm gonna leave them over there. But other than that, man, you know what I'm saying? I had my first down weekend in a long time.
Yeah,
So
because
I
you don't
didn't
get those.
at all, bro.
And now
At
you're
all.
gonna be busy for the next 20 days straight.
At least. Yeah, man. It's like that. But you know what? I can't my brother Doc, he he had sent me a meme one time. He said there's no point in complaining about so much on your plate when you prayed to God to be able to eat.
Yeah.
So I can't complain about it. I do need to balance it a little bit better.
Right. Of course. We
So
all do.
so
We
it
all
is
do.
what it is. How about yourself, man? How you feeling?
Man, work is kicking me in the butt, but you know what I mean? Hey, mama gotta eat. so
Right,
we're gonna continue to
right.
take our ends in and do what we gotta do. But life's been working. Life's been working. But I got my pool together. So I know the last time you were here, I had not done my work. I had not done
Hey,
the work.
listen, man. I don't want to hear it.
I
I'll
told you
believe
you
it
could
when I
come
see
back
it.
this, you could come back at the end of the month.
I'll believe it when I see it. Y'all, listen,
You
man.
know what?
I
I'm just gonna
tell this
take a
man,
picture from it. I'm gonna take a picture from inside.
you
That's all I'm
bet
gonna do.
not.
I'm gonna
You
take a
bet
picture
not.
from it. Yay.
Hey, listen, man. Y'all. My co-host, my cousin, my partner. He's got his house has a pool. So when y'all see us at his crib with the live shows, he got the pool out back. I called this nigga early. Was like, yo, just make sure the pool is ready because I ain't never been in this pool. We didn't have parties there. We didn't have hangouts there.
And it
I
has
ain't never in this
been
pool. I,
almost 2 years on this pod, and you have not
I
been
ain't
in.
been in the pool
And the
yet.
thing is, the pool's been it was open all those other times, but this
It
one
was.
particular time, I had not. I had chemicals in there fighting one another, and it was not a good look. So I wasn't prepared. And then I'm gonna tell you this: that very next weekend,
I don't want to hear it.
oh
I
boy,
don't want to hear it. It was bad about it is that he tells me this not beforehand when I get there. Like I showed up, was like, okay, I'm early. We
I
gonna
was
get
hopeful.
set up. We gonna be ready to rock. Nigga, I had to sit there and look at blue-green pool water.
Yeah, but it is so beautiful right now. Now it's
I
storming
bet.
right now, so I'm gonna have to do some additional work to it tomorrow. But like I say, hey man,
And what'll happen
I
is
get
that
back
by
to
the time
my
I get there, you'll be like, oh, the storm knocked the
from
pump
three
out or
weeks
something
ago.
like that.
Nah,
Like, nigga, yeah.
nah. Let's hope for better. But yeah, man. So we're gonna go ahead and our main story tonight, though. Our main story. I saw a video and I sent to you
Yes, you
not
did.
too long ago where Paul Pierce was discussing peace. So let's go ahead and run that so we can have
You want to run that
that
now?
quick discussion. Yeah, let's go ahead and have that discussion right
Okay. I hit the wrong button, y'all.
Because I
Here we
like
go.
my
Paul
peace,
Pierce.
first of all. I
What
like
if a woman
peace.
brings you that?
There's no such thing as that.
You don't think there's no such thing as a woman bringing
There's
man
no such
peace?
thing as somebody living with you on a day-to-day basis is bringing peace. There's always going to be something because you're going to have a bad day where I'll have a good day, and that's not going to be peaceful for me. I'm going to come home like, damn, baby, like I had a good... Something going to happen to where you going to hijack my emotions. So that's not peaceful. You feel me? It's peace is peace. And peace is me by myself. I come home, I watch TV, I make my own food, I go to bed, I work out, I wake up at 5:30, I roll over in the bed, I lean this way, I fart, whatever I do, whatever in my bed, that's peace. I'm cool. I can let loud snore, whatever. I ain't got nobody complaining about nothing.
Yeah, and
now. All right. All right. Well, cousin.
I was trying to pretend like last week when I was
I
frozen.
like you. I already know, but I saw your nostrils move. I saw your nostrils move. I knew you were still there with me.
Hey,
Cousin.
I want to point something out to you before
Mhm.
you dive in. I looked up at like our sisters over there, the Melanin Mindset. They like a good definition.
Uh-huh.
I looked up the definition of peace
Okay.
in your Oxford dictionary.
Okay.
Peace is a noun, and it just means freedom from disturbance, tranquility. And then, of course, other definitions like a state or period in which there is no war or a war has ended, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
And it's
So for
also Hood Dictionary is used as a friendly greeting. Yo, peace, God.
peace, God.
All right, go ahead.
But cousin, are you okay? As a married man of 20 years,
I'd like to stay that way, sir. Before you make your next statement, I'd like to
this
stay
is
that
good.
way.
This is gonna be a softball question.
Yes,
Is
sir.
it possible to have peace when you are in a relationship? Is that possible?
Yeah,
Contrary to how Paul Pierce feels.
Paul Pierce, and this is the thing. I understand what he's trying to say, or what I hope he's trying to say. Paul Pierce is, in my opinion, is speaking like a man who ain't been able to stop messing around ever since. Paul Pierce ain't been right since that video. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Paul Pierce ain't been right since that video. Like, people say Kanye ain't been right since Mama died. Paul Pierce ain't been right since that video, bro. But
Since ESPN got rid of him.
right now,
Mm.
I will tell you this much. It is true that the work part of sharing your life with another person is literally trying to be available emotionally
Hmm.
without taking on all emotions. And that goes both ways. I'll give you an example. For me and my wife, we both work in very high stress jobs. My wife
Hmm.
deals with death all day, and I deal with addiction and poor choices all day
Right.
with our prospective clients. So in reality, I could come home and I could talk about things that happened at my job for that day for hours
Hmm.
because and without checking in with her and vice versa. So what we want to do, and I'm treading lightly here because this is the Let's Get Cancer podcast,
Yes, it is.
but it's not the Let's Get Divorced podcast. So this is what we're trying to do. But no, but like so in reality, it's possible. It's just work. It's difficult. Honestly, it's difficult because you don't want to you want to make sure that you're having a positive relationship and it's love and not trauma bonding, if that makes
Right.
sense.
Right.
You
Gotcha.
understand what I'm saying? So you can't be together for your propensity to be able to dump all of your negative onto someone else, so you don't have to carry it all by yourself, and vice versa. Ha! There we go. I think I
Yeah.
got that's good.
Paul,
He do like the snow bunnies.
he does, and they will never. Well, I won't say ever bring peace. They can bring peace, but to certain people, uh, there's no peace in that. And for me, where I see it is what Paul was saying is he just wants to be alone. It's not necessarily having peace because you could be torn within yourself, and having
True.
someone else there is not going to keep you. Is not going to bring peace either. So it can be both ways. You can just be alone and still not be at peace within yourself.
That's true.
So what Paul is really saying is he wants to just be alone, but I don't think he understands what he means by peace in that particular situation. Now, being with someone can indeed bring peace. You did mention not dumping your day onto someone,
Right. But
but
you want to share it.
I was just about to say, but in this relationship thing, there has to be a give and a take. So you have to be able to allow someone to share themselves. And I'm going to put this from the man's point of view. Now you have to be able to withstand a little bit more because we're not the sharing type. So you have to be willing.
That's you. Cause look, I told you, I done got old. Like I done got real emotional in my old age, bro. Like so I recognize it. Like for real, for real. Like anybody who's watching, y'all knew me 10 years ago. That hard knucklehead, wild out, pop off dude, he's gone. He's gone. But I will tell you this much. I I understand what you're saying. Matter of fact, I'm going to and see. This is what I'm talking about. I'm going to shut up and let you finish. That's what I'm going to do. My apologies. The floor is yours.
See, no. But that's the other thing there. Being able to have that discourse with someone who's willing to listen, that is bringing peace. That is, and when she's out there giving her opinion to you, and you've got a story that you want to tell, and being able to add something to the conversation, that is calming you down. That is also allowing her to feel something for you and bringing peace to you, also
Right.
to her. So when she's unloading all of that stuff, you're getting someone who you can empathize with at a moment, because I go through things as well. I have these situations that are happening in my life, and knowing that someone else shares something, even if it's not the best, but sometimes when it's good things and you're having the best day, and being able to share that, that is a peaceful time in a relationship. It's not always about someone coming in and ruining your day, because being able to help someone else out is a form of peace.
You're right. I don't see anything more peaceful, honestly, than being able to have someone who is genuinely, if not completely interested, at least interested in how it affects you.
Right.
And so if peace to me, colloquially, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I like that, right? Colloquially, is interpreted, in my opinion, as comfort in spite of. Y'all don't hear me preaching today.
Uh-huh.
That's
I was,
comfort in spite of.
I
Let's
was
knock
about to
them
pull a
blocks.
prime time on you, like, boy, that's a word right there.
Yes, sir. Yes,
y'all,
sir.
did y'all hear that?
But that means that you got like, if I play music, if I'm at a gig, it's not always peaceful, but it's always peaceful. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because when it all boils down, it's I'm doing something I enjoy doing. There are parts of it that I don't like getting done at 2 o'clock in the morning, then having to pack up drums and carry them up steps. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't like it.
Hmm.
But overall, it's peaceful. So do I enjoy arguing with my wife? No, but it's a part of the whole ethos. You know what I'm saying? Do I
Right.
enjoy do I enjoy paying bills? No. But you know what? I enjoy where I live. You know what I'm saying? So guess what got to be done? And it's peaceful. So yeah, I disagree with Paul Pierce. He's spoken like I told you earlier, man. Paul Pierce is sounding like that old bitter uncle. His wife left him, and he been he talking smack this whole time. Like
Yeah,
Jesus.
but there is a part of what Paul was saying that I can understand. I can. I can.
Yeah.
Because there are days, and again, this is in the totality of it all. There are days. There are days where I don't want to hear
Not for me, sir. There are no days that I don't want to hear. I want to hear it all every day, all day, baby. Listen, baby. Don't listen to Tommy.
it. No, there are some days when it's, you know what? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know any of these people. I don't know that situation. I don't know that
True.
program. I don't know. And like there are people that you know that really, really, really would benefit from having this discussion with you. And you would benefit a lot more by telling them this story, because you guys could find peace together. For me, it's just
It's nonsense.
I don't get it. And then again, the man in me always wanting to fix the problem. And that's one thing that I have learned that, nigga, just stop it. Like, you can't fix it. But the man in me wants to have a solution for every problem. And some
Do not do
things
it.
aren't that big a deal. So you can let that, why would it? Those are the things that really take the peacefulness out of the relationship,
I
because
follow you.
I don't get it. And now I'm racking my brain trying to figure out, okay, what is she talking about? And then they'll get to a point, especially my wife. My wife will be like, I know you don't know what I'm talking about, but, and she will continue to ride out with it. And I was like, and then she was like, I know you don't want to hear this, but, and ride out with it. And it's like,
But see,
but
those are the sweet spots, because ideally what'll happen is you got to get something off your chest, off your mind, off your brain, like something is really affecting you, right? The person that's closest to you at that moment is your significant other. And they don't care nothing about what you're about to say. The sweet spot is all realizing that, number one. Number two is creating another outlet where you're not constantly dumping on her. But number three is having someone who don't want to hear it, but they'll sit there and absorb whatever you're getting, because it's affecting you, and they're
mhm.
trying to help you out. So it's not about what you're talking about, it's just about the fact that you'll open your mouth to say it. Now, we all do this probably a little too much, because you get going and then you just like, oh, and then but you try to tell this part of the story, but you can't tell this part of the story until you go
Without telling
tell
the
the
backstory.
backstory. And now you done it. Before you know it, you done forgot exactly what you was trying to say in the first place. And now you're stuck, and you done told them all about intricacies of your job that they got nothing to do with nobody but you. So that's the fun part. Oh, look, hey, welcome. We're glad you could make it.
welcome to the
Hey, look,
welcome to the
say,
pod.
look like I have great timing. Well, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But what it is, and I do this. My wife would stop in the middle of her statement and go, you know what? I don't even know how I got off on that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm genuinely at that point. It's like a soap opera to me. So I'm genuinely interested. So, and she'll
So
tell
now
you,
she can't stop the story because you gotta
bet
finish.
not.
You
Now
gotta
I
bring
need to
this
hear it
home
all.
now.
There are times when I don't seem like I'm listening, because I'll be playing, I'll be on my phone just like, duh, 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 and she's just talking. And when she stopped, I'm like, wait, what did so and so say? You know what I'm saying? So let her know, like, oh, I am definitely paying attention,
Right.
because I need to know how this all turns out. I have come home after a long day, a tough day, and got my car. And right before I pulled into my driveway, I realized, oh, I wonder if she had to write that person up today. I wonder if they finally had the conversation with her. Hey, did she get her notes done today? Did you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, where I'd just be like, ooh, I wonder who it is. Now, of course, because of the type of job she does and the type of job I do, we can't use names
Right.
usually, but it's stories are fair game.
Just
So
leaving out the name to protect the
right,
guilty.
right. We names and places have been changed to protect the innocent.
But yeah, I would say, Paul, I do disagree to a point. But again, he just sounds like he wants to be alone, and being alone and finding peace at home is different. And I'll get to in our game for this evening. I went ahead and put something together for the people.
Oh, I
So
love it.
so we will have some game for the night, because uh, peace doesn't just happen, and that's something that I think that he doesn't want to do the work to find peace there, so
Mm.
he'll never find it. And I'm talking about within himself, because cocaine, reefer, and white women is not a good recipe. Well, cocaine and anything is not a good recipe for peace.
Most times,
Yeah,
because but
nah, cocaine ain't a good recipe for peace.
I'm gonna tell you like this. He may be like, I know people who are single and happy, like just alone and happy. And it's just like, okay, that's cool. Uh that's not me, because I like being with somebody else, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just like, all right, whatever you want to do, that's cool. Just do you, and you don't try and demonize the other side, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
so
Now that part I get.
what he sounds like is, oh, what you claim to enjoy is a fallacy, and it's impossible to have what you say you have. Well, I don't agree with that. So,
Right. And there are a lot of people who cannot find peace outside of relationships.
and that's a problem too,
Yeah.
almost equally as much,
Yeah.
in my opinion. It is bad if you can't make yourself happy. That's another thing, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all got to make sure that you are not forcing someone else to be in control of your emotions. If you're not happy, it's not her fault or his fault. It's your fault.
I think I posted that a couple years ago. Like, hey man, your happiness is your responsibility. Somebody is there to, and there's this thing that I always say is cocaine is one hell of a drug, guys. Don't do cocaine, guys. Just don't do coke.
Peace
Don't
to
do
the God,
cocaine.
Rick James. Yep.
Rick James. But yeah, man. But that's the thing. Like, there's this thing that I'm just like, happiness is fleeting, joy is internal. Like, I don't have this happy thing. I have a joy in me that nobody can touch. Like, regardless of situations, there's like, I don't really care about you guys that much.
Joy. I'm very happy to be here.
Very happy to be here all day. So I'm like, no matter what life throws, like, it's gonna be all right. So nigga, what we over here angry about? Like, why are we angry about any and everything? And when there's that lack of joy and that lack of internal peace, you're never gonna be happy with whomever you're with. And then you find people that make you feel a certain type of way. And you really don't like them either. You really don't.
At all.
Yeah, but it's just, I've got to have somebody. And there's a lot of folks out here who do a little bit too much dealing with trying to find peace without finding peace within themselves. And there's no way to make that happen. I don't believe.
Right. Well, you know what? If you're miserable by yourself, you're gonna be doubly miserable with somebody else.
Especially if you find another miserable motherfucker like you.
Oh my God.
Two miserable motherfuckers is hilarious from the outside, but boy, from the outside, I can't imagine being on the inside of that shit.
No, sir. Well, listen, man, y'all let us know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Does Paul Pierce have a point, or is he just a grouchy old man? And let us know as soon as you can. All right, because we really want to know what you got to say about it.
Y'all go check later on. Yeah, y'all go check out what Paul Pierce had to say and get back with us.
And also, speaking of later on, make sure that y'all like, share, subscribe. Check us out everywhere that you get your podcast, man. We are some of everywhere, bro.
We are everywhere.
I am very happy. I'm very proud to be a host of this podcast, man, because not only do y'all get us live on most Wednesdays, we're always here on Wednesday, but most of the time we're live. You also can hear us on Thursdays on all of your streaming platforms for audio podcasts. Anywhere that you enjoy your podcast, you can catch the Let's Get Canceled podcast featuring your man, Tommy with an H, and your boy, Big Tech Dog, all right? So,
fresh episodes loaded every Thursday.
Yeah. Every Thursday. All right? So we appreciate y'all. Appreciate all the love. Make sure you tell your mom and them to check us out. Hey, after last week, you know who your mom and them is, right?
You know who your mom and them is. You better.
Good job.
If you don't, go watch the show. We told you.
Watch the show.
Or listen to it, actually. Just listen.
It's everywhere. All right. So, cuz, next topic?
Next topic. We'll go to the next topic.
All right. So, we're going to talk about, let's talk about this white lady.
Sheesh.
You want to talk about the white lady? We're going to talk about the white lady. First things first.
Shiloh Hendrix is her name.
Get that. Shiloh, what's her name?
Shiloh Hendrix.
Shiloh Hendrix is her name?
Her name is Shiloh Hendrix.
Shiloh Hendrix is who we're talking about. Okay,
yes.
Cool. Yeah, all right. I just want to make sure we was out there. Hey, y'all check this out. Y'all tell me what you think of this, all right?
Clip of Shiloh went viral, and immediately there was backlash against her.
The woman we've come to know as Shiloh Hendrix, now a familiar face on the Christian crowdfunding site Give, Send, Go. According to her nationwide public appeal for donations, she, quote, called the kid out for what he was. As KTTC reported last week, Rochester police started an investigation after this viral video shows Hendrix directing reported racial slurs toward a child she claims stole something from her child's diaper bag. We are choosing not to play the audio from the clip.
They chose not to play the audio from the clip. We have not chosen such. Here's the clip.
Call him a nigger, the child?
The fuck you talking
Did you
about?
call the child the nigger word?
None of your fucking business.
It is my own business. You call him a nigger? Okay, why don't you have the balls to say it right now again?
Fuck you, nigger.
Okay.
Nigger, nigger.
All right, that's what you say.
You don't go digging through people's shit, you dumb fuck.
Nobody dig into your shit.
A little fucking kid just did, you dumbass.
That little kid, you call him a nigger?
Yeah.
The little child?
What if he acts like one, he's gonna...
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child, 5-year-old, a nigger, the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act
That's
like.
what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
You know, that's a hate speech. And you can be recorded for that.
I don't give a shit.
Huh.
Fuck off.
Okay, we'll see about that, what the internet has to say about you. Seeing is believing.
So this man, look here, number one.
It's not a laughing matter, Tech.
I'm sorry. Oh, hold up. So he says, did he call this little kid the nigger word?
The nigger word.
I don't know what that is, but I got an idea of what it is. But also, if you think about it, man, like let's be real for a second. Let's think this through. He said, "Oh, why don't you say it again?" She stopped, turned, looked in the camera, and said,
And with
"Nigger."
full Trinidad James on it, nigga.
Right. Oh, it was great.
Woo,
I
nigga.
like that kind of. I like that. That's my type of racism right there. Let me see it up front.
In
You know
your
what I'm saying?
face.
So you want to finish the news report?
Yes, let's finish the news.
All right, here we go. Let's
Seen
go.
not to play the audio from the clip recorded
We
by
did.
a bystander.
Cancellation isn't the way for the narrative to move forward. It's actually the diversity of the ideas, even toxic, hard ones that we have to wrestle with. They bring the story to the front, the issue to the front, and then culture can start to wrestle with them in the open.
Jacob Wells co-founded Give, Send, Go in 2015. He says the platform was created to provide support for people, even when their stories are difficult, controversial, or unpopular.
Our mission is to share the hope of Jesus through crowdfunding.
Some might say that what allegedly took place on that playground that day is not reflective of the teachings of Jesus. What is your response to that?
Obviously, Jesus called people to a higher place, to higher living. And the story and the message of Jesus from the very beginning is that humanity is broken and that Jesus is the only perfect solution.
According to Wells, the comment feature has now been disabled from Hendrix's campaign page. Previous public feedback included mentions of white nationalism and other racial undertones.
We saw the features being abused, so we said, hey, we need to shut these comments off.
More than 25,000 people have answered Hendrix's call to protect her family, with monetary gifts now total.
All right, I'm done with that.
Bro, no, you got to hear the total.
Really? You want to hear the total? All right, here we go.
Let him hear how
Monetary
much
gifts
he's
now
made.
totaling more than $680,000. That figure raises alarms for groups like Rochester's branch of the NAACP, launching its own online fundraiser, far surpassing its original goal. Wells says his company's prayer team has been in touch with Hendrix, and he plans to also personally connect.
Because in these high-profile places, I really want to share with people where we are in the midst of it, so that they recognize who we are.
Yeah, bro, $600,000 for calling a nigga. I'm sorry, a child, a nigga. A nigga baby.
I think you pointed something out that was amazing. And I think you're right. That's a big 5-year-old. That boy's 5.
That boy's huge, ain't he? He's a big old kid.
That's a big old boy.
But
Now,
to find out,
he's
5.
He's
and
actually 5?
He's a 5-year-old kid, and they say he has special needs.
Okay, listen. Oh well, you know what? My nephew, the sister right under me, her son, is on the spectrum. And if I'm not mistaken, my nephew is 6'5" and has been for a long time.
Right.
My boys play basketball, and he's up there with them, and he's a few years younger. You know what I'm saying? Like it's wild. So I could understand it big or whatever.
But for you to see a child playing hard R indeed, hard R, yeah. She went Trinidad. She went Trinidad James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I want to show you something. While you bringing that up, while you talking, I want to just point out where we are here. if you look at this, this is the GoFundMe. Like I just searched Hendrix.
Give, send, go.
I'm not GoFundMe. Excuse me, Lord. Hey, I'm not saying that's GoFundMe. This is the Give, Send, Go,
Give, send, go.
that we were talking about, right?
What would Jesus do?
I can't find the regular ones. The shot, like these are all. This one says screw Shiloh Hendrix. They're trying to raise some money. Hope, and then this one is supporting Shiloh Hendrix, but that's in 30,000 euros. There's another one, freedom of speech, 50,000 Canadian dollars. I think that is. It is. You know what? I don't know. I don't see one that shows her herself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because she put up one saying she needed help. Her family's being attacked.
Good.
And
I mean,
but here's the thing. Just imagine how many more kids are going to get called the N-word in hopes of getting a GoFundMe campaign or a Give, Send, Go campaign or a What Would Jesus Do campaign. These are your Christians. And this is leading me to a point that I don't like to make, but I make it often. I wish I'd met Christ before I met some of y'all Christians, because you guys are some of the most evil individuals on the planet.
Preach, sir.
And the fact that you will throw Jesus into the mix really bothers me. The fact that the Christian right, and again, I'm going to go off on that sect right now.
You mean your sect?
I'm not a Christian right. I'm just right. But
so you're not a Christian?
I'm right. I'm with Jesus for real. They ain't with Jesus for real. That's why they act that Christian don't say that. They not right.
Oh, Jesus.
She cannot call that kid a niglet. No, she could not. She could not call that kid a niglet.
Welcome, Dennis.
Yeah, we got to ban these people from the. We got to take your chat privileges away. The chat's wilding out, y'all. The chat's wilding out. But for the Christian right to stand there and say this is a freedom of speech issue and she should have the right to do this to a child. Now, she did admit to saying nigger as she turned around and said yes, because that's what he was being. But then she also says that child. So you know this is a child and still you choose that. So how do you expect this child to grow up and not think that white people are racist? How do you expect this child to grow up and have respect for everybody and have that Christian love for everybody when you don't show it? And then those who are supposed to be with the right side, who are those that claim to be the Christians, are supporting this wholeheartedly, saying she has every right to do so. You have children. You have children. You got a lot of them. Yep. 5-year-old child. What 5-year-old child do you know that's not going to dig into a diaper bag they see if they're looking for snacks or toys? Every 5-year-old child is going to go into some crap they have no business doing. That's why you got to watch them. That's why they get beat.
Every child is going to do something that they're not supposed to do. The specific thing is questionable, because there are certain things that I have seen kids do that I know my kids would have never done, and vice versa. Like I've seen my kids do, and I'm just like, no other kid but mine.
It's not normal.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not normal.
Right. So, I've seen both sides. What I will say is this. Oh, this is gone. I am a free speech purist.
Mm-hmm.
I am. However, I believe that you can say whatever you want to whoever you want to, but you're not free from consequences for what you say. That being said,
$680,000 in consequences.
That speaks a whole lot more to the state of our country right now.
Right. And that's why people can't ever tell me racism is dead and why don't you get over it? Because every white person that I know knows a racist white person. So you can't tell me racism is dead, because if all of y'all know a racist, all of y'all don't know the same racist. So you got to know that there's racism out here. So you can't tell me get over it. You can't tell me, oh, you're exaggerating. Everything's not about race. When every day I go on the internet and there's somebody on there saying negative things about Black people simply because they're Black. There's always someone out there. So y'all don't all know the same race as white person. So if you know one white people and your neighbor knows one and it's not the same one, stop telling people that racism is dead in this country because y'all elected Barack Obama. Standing on that one, but yeah, but that's the point that a lot of people seem not to understand is racism's dead, and you guys are you just won't get over it. Well, I want even in the Ask a Black Person's segment, there was when are you guys gonna get over it?
Yep,
when you start slapping your white homeboys from saying nigga, when you stop giving $680,000 to white people that call little 5-year-old kids niggas, that's when we're gonna get over it.
I was trying to stay on coffee.
I ain't even bring nothing in here with me. I'm about to call the wife, tell her I need a shot.
Wait a minute. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, y'all see what just happened? This is the first time ever that I'm on the show and I got to drink it. He don't.
I have nothing. I have nothing.
Terrible. Hey, look, the fans are saying that you got that, boy. Hey, you preaching, boy.
Hey,
preaching.
And that was not my intent on there. I ain't even.
Yeah, we didn't even get into this story, but
not at all. But I just saw it, and
it stands out.
Yeah.
Can I say? Yeah, let me say this like this, right? So, in the world that I live in, there's a potential for me looking the way I look, the color of my skin, my size. I am in danger every time I walk out the door.
Indeed.
I am in danger of potentially being mistaken for something else or someone else, or maybe not a mistake at all, maybe on purpose.
Yes.
Let's be real. And that's a big thing for me. One of the things that stood out to me some years ago, when working in mental health, I watched as a very large mental health tech had a big white boy who was he was on the spectrum as well, but he was severely like nonverbal, all that stuff. He was big. So there's a big black guy who is out in the middle of the street trying to calm his autistic patient down. The cops show up because somebody called the cops. The little boy is sitting in the middle of the street, and they had the tech, the big black guy, lay down on the ground, and they shot him laying on the ground. He didn't die, but he was shot. I want to say in the leg or the butt or something like it. It was something like that. He was shot. He's out there, and the whole time he's laying on the ground face down. His hands are out like this, and he's just like, hey, and he's talking to the kid still like, hey, calm down, because if anybody's dealt with people who are on the spectrum, sometimes the stimulus of all the stuff going on and all the excitement, they don't know how to control those emotions sometimes. And I'm saying that's in general. So it's like, yo, this could turn out really bad. His mindset was on making sure that kid didn't get shot.
Right.
And he ends up getting shot. And this is what scares me. And what happens in those situations, if he gets up and he says, it feels like I was a threat to them because of the way I looked, and that cop starts getting messages against him, that cop can go online, and there is no shortage of people who will support financially and otherwise that particular person.
Of course.
And that means that my suffering as a black man can be easily monetized as long as the person who's trying to monetize it doesn't look like me.
Indeed. And there's been a lot of pushback because people are saying that the Carmelo Anthony kid ended up getting himself GoFundMe money. So why shouldn't?
And they complained the whole time.
The entire time. So they're saying it's their turn now, and I think they were just waiting on.
It's been your turn for.
They were just waiting on an opportunity to tell black people, y'all, it's time for y'all to hush. Y'all need to shut up because this kid killed someone. She just called the kid the N-word. So it's not the same. You guys get over it. Once again, it's time for you guys to get over it.
I agree. It's not the same. It's absolutely not the same. Because there's in one situation, there's a completely innocent child,
right,
who has no way of even comprehending what this lady,
it's the understanding. It's the understanding that is lost in that.
Absolutely. See, the other one is it could
Conflict.
be as little as conflict between teenagers.
Right.
It could be as big as racial discrimination and attacks based on race. We don't know all the particulars. What we do know is that there is another child dead.
Right.
Let's be real, white, black, or other. There's
Right.
another
Child.
child dead, and there's another kid who's potentially about to lose his life in one way or the other. But guess what? That's not the same as one innocent party and a completely asinine party.
Yeah,
But anyway, I'm sorry.
that's
I'm
nice.
done.
That's
I'm done.
nice. Yeah, you're done with this. You're done with this one.
I'm
All right,
finished
so
with it.
it's a terrible time to do this, but we got a commercial. We need to do a commercial break. We got a commercial
Holy
break.
cow.
This
That's
is a
the
terrible
worst-
segue. We should have done
That
this.
is the worst
Yeah, we should have done this.
ever.
Well, I was gonna do it before, but I was like,
We
no, we won't
should have
get that
done it
heated
before
on this.
this.
We won't get, and the next topic isn't going to be any better. So
Not
yeah,
at all.
so
This is
may
the
as well
best
go
time
ahead
to
and
do
get
it.
this out of the way. Just get this
Go
out
ahead,
of the
sir.
way. It is graduation season. It is here. And there's no better way to celebrate your grad than with a personalized touch from customjourney.com. From custom t-shirts and lawn signs and hand fans, grad boxes, and so much more, Custom Journey has everything you need to make your celebration unforgettable. Whether it's high school, college, or kindergarten, honor your grad in style with unique custom-made keepsakes they'll cherish forever. Don't wait. Head to customjourney.com today and browse all of your graduation package options. That's customjourney.com. Journey with an I. You guys, our sponsor, Custom Journey, has locked up the graduation market.
Yes, sir.
Whatever you need a t-shirt for your kid, you need a yard sign for your kid, you need a grad box, and those grad boxes are so adorable. I was going to put a video together of that, but it didn't work out that well. But those things are so great, and they can add all of their keepsakes in there, get notes from their friends, and take them with them to the next level. I've got a niece that's graduating high school this year, which is breaking my heart. 2025. Yeah, there's that grab box right there in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's an adorable thing. It's something that you can get, personalize it to your graduate, send it with them. They'll take it to college, take it to their first apartment, whatever it's going to be. So make sure that you go to customjourney.com, get your orders in, and they'll be ready for graduation.
And you wait, are you telling me that box, that whole box with that stuff in it, sturdy magnetic gift box can be used so many different ways. Enjoy stuffing full of your grad's favorite items for $12. That's beautiful. That's a lick right
Yes,
there.
that is a lick. So definitely get on there, get your graduates what they need for graduation. And again, the fans, the signs that you'll need for your yard, the fans you need for graduation, the shirts that you'll need to wear at graduation for everybody that's coming along. Put your orders in. Go ahead and get those in today, and they'll be here by graduation time. I'm definitely going to get mine. And
Yes,
look what I got.
Oh, congratulations. Thank you
Needed
for not
that after
making me
that
look like the
conversation.
bad one.
Needed that after that conversation, yeah. But definitely go to customjourney.com, journey with an I.
Yes, sir. All right. So, hey man, this one here is gonna bother me a little bit. I'm just so what our last story for the night is and I'm gonna try my best. We got 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
We're gonna do this in 10. There's a gentleman, Mr. Rodney Hinton Jr. Rodney Hinton Jr. is the father of a son who was killed by police. Um, the details of that shooting are up in the air and all that stuff. But what happened is not. This father was called into the police station to view the body cam footage of the police department killing his son. He watched this and he could not take it. He left. He said apparently the family did not want him to. He was so messed up and so shook up. The family didn't want him to drive home, and he didn't. He left. He came back to the police station to pick up his car, and then did not go home. By all accounts, and I have to say allegedly, but I don't think he's denying it, and I don't think anybody else is either.
Right.
He went towards the campus of the local college, if I'm not mistaken, or was that the local college? I think so.
I believe so.
He just the first cop he saw out directing traffic didn't even touch the brakes. Boom, ran him over, killed him. I have to be very, very careful with the
Hmm.
way that I respond to this because I don't want to come off as if I am 100% for revenge killings,
Hmm.
but I understand.
Here's the thing that I'm going to stop you right there
Go ahead.
on just on this particular instance.
Yep.
If you can find the cop that shot your kid, that would be a revenge killing.
Yeah.
Killing some random cop,
Still revenge.
that's not revenge because now all you've done is put another family in a position where they're mourning the loss of someone. And in this case, he had nothing to do with your kid.
Yeah, he did.
He's just
Yes, he
blue.
did.
He's
He
just
absolutely
blue
had something to do with it.
because he's blue.
Yep.
Mm.
In that department. See, the thing is, in that police department, in that town, what you can't do is you can't. If I go through my whole life with teachers who are doing being mean to me, doing all this stuff to me, and I go through, and every teacher I run into is treating me badly. Every teacher is doing this. Every teacher is doing that, and I get all the way to the end, and then I find out it's a teacher that does something negative to one of my family members. Like a teacher is the one. I That's a very broad thing, but you get what I'm saying. It's
Hmm.
I can see how he looks at that and goes, the first one I see, the first one I see. If we come down to we're in 2025 and Donald Trump is president, we come down to a race war, and it's like if all these guess what? I'm not going to be differentiating between this one or that one. You understand what I'm saying?
So
I'd rather err on the
the
side
same
of
thing that they
caution.
did when the white girl said I was raped by a black guy, and they just go out and just start
Yeah,
massacring the first Negroes I see. Gotta go.
and we've lived through this,
Hmm.
oh, through the years in this country for centuries. It's just I understand. I am not advocating for the way he did it and what he
Hmm.
did, but
Right.
I can fully 100% understand why he did it that way.
Here's the thing. For me, the fact that they didn't want him driving anyway, in his mental state, there's got to be some temporary insanity going on there. He could not be thinking clearly to do something like that.
That's what his attorney was arguing for at the arraignment. And
Yeah.
I don't have that video. I didn't want to pull up all these videos with just because there are little nuggets in it, and I
Right.
encourage y'all to go and search it on YouTube. But there are little nuggets in it, but it's so long and it's so convoluted
Yeah.
that if you know what I'm saying. So
But yeah, they can't clearly say he had the forethought of I'm actually going out to find one. It probably was he was driving around and saw one and was like, he got to go. That's the one. I don't
he
think it was I'm going to search out cops. It was just uh, there go
It could have been, yeah. The
there
way
they are.
his attorney explained it during the arraignment when they're looking for bail, he was like, "This is a clear cut case of um, criminal. What did he call it? Because we always say like temporary insanity or
Hmm.
whatever, but the verbiage for it was um, felonious criminal misconduct due to mental state or something like
Hmm.
something to that effect. Pretty much like he lost it because he was so emotionally distraught.
So the fact of the mens rea was missed. He didn't have the forethought to plan the crime.
Right. And
Okay.
so the way he said it was like, um, this is obvious. He said there are no tire marks. He didn't try to slow down. And obviously you had to go. He was putting himself in danger, and he didn't try and hide afterwards. Didn't try to escape, nothing like that. It was just like, and it's done. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? So that's obvious, and it. I see what he's saying. Now, you can't.
That father's broken.
Yeah, probably irreparably.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
he's not coming back from that. Like you can't. And in the courtroom there was a tussle with his brother, or at least I couldn't find anything that was that confirmed that it was his blood brother.
Hmm.
I don't know if it was his mama's son or if this was
Right.
his homeboy that's his brother.
That's bruh. Right.
So, but the brother came in. This is what I don't like. This courtroom for the arraignment is packed out with cops.
Hmm.
All these cops are in there, and they put them in the same room with the family of the dad together. We're not talking about it. All right, you sit on this side, y'all
Right.
sit on that side. This courtroom, for some reason, looks really small, and there's like a plexiglass behind them, and they're all just in this viewing area, and they're all right there. Well, the brother comes up and knocks on the window and tries to get his attention, and the cops snap and hey, 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 and so they tussle out the door, not like fighting, but
Right.
like they're forcing him out the door, and he's yelling, "I want my brother to see me. I need my brother to see me. I want my brother to see that I'm here. He needs to know." And that right there, I can feel that.
I can
You know what I'm
understand.
saying?
I can
I
understand.
feel that because his voice is cracking like, and he was like, he was just talking about this. Y'all did this to him the other day, talking about the dad who was harassed by cops earlier
Mhm.
in the week or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So let's just can I show you the part that
Yeah,
I
yeah.
that I felt was like really dope? Like I was very I loved
You,
every
you
second of it.
felt proud.
I was. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about right now.
Thank you, y'all. No, thank you all.
And dark sad buddy though.
Yeah. So now that the caption that was on that video is, I believe, is incorrect because it says that he killed, and that was the story first. He
Mhm.
killed the cop who was responsible for killing his.
Right.
That's from my understanding. That is not the case.
Right.
He killed a cop from the department that was responsible for
Yeah,
killing
because
his son.
that cop that shot his kid that day before is not
Not the man
doing
who's
any
dead.
police work.
Right. So, but they filled that courtroom. If you did you see how many cops were in that room?
Yeah.
And that was in there with him. That's not counting behind the plexiglass where they were just watching. And they were looking at him like they wanted to eat him alive. And that man stood 10 toes down, looked him square in the eye, every one of them as he passed by.
Which is
I couldn't.
which is pretty much gonna get him killed in the end.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're gonna take his life.
He's gonna commit suicide.
Right. They're gonna make sure they get to inject him with something. Unless it's one of those states that they don't allow you to kill people, and then yeah, he'll commit suicide. But yeah,
It's one of them things, man. Like I was so as I felt that walk, bro. I
right.
felt that desperation. I felt that look in his eye, and he made an effort. At every video that I see, he makes an effort to keep his chin
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
That
yeah.
chin stays up, and he'll look. And that's not. It's that. That's how you look when I see some of these young niggas like with that trying to get that look on their face. You know that right.
It's
That
fake.
look on
Right.
your face is just to try and show off. That look on that man's face is a defiant pain, and I don't care what it is. My son is gone, and
I
I'll make
made
sure.
him proud. I made him proud.
Right
And
now,
again,
I don't agree with that.
I can't, right. And I can't say on one hand that it's a mental break, and then on the other hand say he did that to make his kid proud. Hey,
Yes, you can.
it
Yes, you can.
doesn't matter
So
because
let me
he's
tell you
gonna.
what I've
It
learned.
doesn't matter because he's gonna die either way. So
Yeah, yeah. He's
so
not
he can.
getting out of
So
this.
he may as well just go ahead and say it.
And I don't think he cares if he gets out of this.
He does not. He does not. And that's one of those things where we've discussed before, where if we're in a position where we have to do something, we will gladly and willingly go sit in the box.
Yep. Yep.
'Cause that's
I
one of those
don't.
things like he felt he had to do that. So there's no need of me running and hiding. I did this and I'm calling the cops to tell them I did it.
And see, if I have to go sit down, so my kids know that daddy's not going to let anything happen to you, I'll do that. I don't.
Easy.
I have honestly and admittedly not made all the right decisions
Hmm.
as a parent. I have not done everything correctly. But one thing that I know for absolute sure is that my kids know that ain't nobody, daddy's not gonna let nobody just mess with them.
Right.
That's not happening.
Right.
Like you can question a lot of stuff, but you know daddy's not gonna let anything purposely happen to you. And anybody who comes near you that bothers you, they got to see me,
Gotta
and
see me
that's gonna be a
first.
problem.
Be first, right.
Right.
But did you hear about the guy before so we can get
Go
off
ahead.
of this thing? Did you
Yep.
hear about the guy whose 5-year-old child and his wife or girlfriend got kidnapped and he hid under the bed?
You know what? I honestly thought about sending that to you, or did you send that to me? And I honestly thought about putting that on here, like just say, let's talk about that tonight. But then these three stories,
Yeah,
they
these
were
stories
just a little
got
bigger.
yeah these. But
But
just
if
to
you
put a
ain't
button
just
on what you were saying,
what 50 Cent called me a Pop Tart, sweetheart, you soft in the middle.
I think he set it up. There's no way. There's no way you let somebody take your 5-year-old child unless you set this whole thing up.
Mm-mm.
There's no way. There is no way you now take the old lady. Hey,
He's so stupid.
niggas have moments.
Paul
But a
Pierce,
five,
listen to me, man. Don't do that.
but a 5-year-old though, like, you can't take my kid. Take her, take her mama. But don't take my baby.
unless you're Liam Neeson and you've got a special set of skills,
And you
because
just
there's no
waiting.
need for you to die, and they
Right.
take the kid anyway. So you know what? If I'm hiding under the bed, which I'm not, if I'm hiding under the bed, right, and you got guns and they're threatening the kid and they take my child, please know that I'm gonna be on the phone going, "You took the wrong one. I've got a special set of skills." You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be something like that where you had to bide your time to be able to track them and get set so you can rescue them and make sure they die. Because if I had to hide in a bed and you got away with my peoples, please know that you will not see tomorrow.
Die.
Like, you cannot see. It's Wednesday. You can't see Wednesday night.
Right.
You
And
can't
I'm not calling the cops until it's done. I'm not calling them to be like, hey, this guy got my. No, I'm coming to see you. And then when I'm done with you, I'll call the cops and say, come get me.
Tell them where they can come find you.
Oh, I'm gonna be sitting on your body. I'm sitting there with you. I'm not leaving. Hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Oh, this him.
Him,
While I'm
right
holding
here.
my baby.
Oh,
Like,
matter of fact, hold on a second. I think. Sorry. Here's his arm.
right. Exactly. Oh,
That's
part
one
of
of
them's
the things,
over
bro.
there. But yeah,
Nah,
that's just not happening. But yeah, so that story of that father is heartbreaking on so many different levels. If his kid did indeed have a gun and had to be shot, that's heartbreaking in itself. But for the father to feel the need to find someone to run over, that's just not normal. That's not thinking clearly. And hopefully he can get a mental health day. And but I'm
Mental
glad, but
health
like
day.
you said, yeah, he just needs a mental health day, man. He needs a mental health day. They need to sit him in a room until he gets his thoughts together and then send him home. He wasn't thinking clearly.
So listen, man, I will tell you this, boss. Um, I don't think any real father can ever recover from something that tragic. Never fully recover.
Right.
You can find ways to move on and go on. And I right now don't believe that was the right way to handle that situation. However, I fully understand why he did it that way. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, just do me a favor. If you got kids, if you got nieces and nephews, man, make sure you put your arms around them. Make sure they know that you love them. Make sure that they know that you care about them, and explain to them. Unfortunately, if you're black and brown, specifically black, generally brown,
Right.
you're not safe right now. You're safe with me, and you don't have to walk around fearful. But it's not just all rainbows and lollipops out there, man.
Right.
Like, it's real out there. And if your friends want to be wild and carry guns or do dumb stuff, you don't need to be around them either. Like, let's be 100% real with your kids. Let them know what's going on out there, not in a way where they have to be fearful, but in a way that they're educated and they can be safe. All
And
right.
they know that gangster life ain't fun.
Right.
That's what
And
it
we don't
is.
want to be calling Custom Journey to be trying to make t-shirts for your people.
Right. Right. She'll make those t-shirts too.
Right. She will.
But don't make her, because she cries the whole time doing it.
Mm-hmm.
She really feels.
Yeah. But you said you got some game for the
I
people.
got some game for the night. It's gonna go back to the Paul Pierce situation. This is gonna circle back to finding peace. So this right here, once again, fellas, I got some real game for y'all tonight. So peace in your relationship is not a luxury, it's a necessity. You can't build anything solid, legacy, love, or even a peaceful home if you're living in a constant chaos or an emotional tug of war. Here's the truth: peace doesn't just happen. You got to be intentional about it. That means choosing a partner who values emotional safety, communicates with clarity, not confusion, and who knows how to bring calm, not just chemistry. And on your end, you got to do the work to learn your triggers, heal your wounds, say what you mean without shouting. Peace starts with you. And guys, I tell you this all the time: that woman is a mirror to what you are. So if you bring drama and inconsistency and hate, she's going to give it right back to you. So again, peace starts with you before it shows up in your relationship. And stop thinking peace means just being passive or soft. Nah, peace is power. It's knowing you can lead with love and still stand on your own standards. It's walking into your home and knowing you don't have to wear your armor all the time. It's that grown man shit. So if you're always arguing, walking on eggshells, or caught in a cycle that drains you more than it builds you, ask yourself, am I choosing peace or just avoiding the truth? Because a real relationship is one that's healthy and whole, and it should give you peace, not pieces of yourself you keep losing. And that's your game for the night. Take it or leave it. Paulie.
Well, yeah, that was good. I like that. I like that a lot. Anyway, so hey man, I think that was beautiful put. I think that's great game that all of us need to adhere to. Take it or leave it. But I guess that's
I gotta
it,
do it myself. I gotta do it myself. I wrote it, but I gotta figure out how to do it myself.
You gotta learn how to put it in the action.
Yeah, I gotta put it in the action because I know what it takes, and I am one of those definitely one of those do as I say, not as I do, motherfuckers. So niggas,
boy,
I ain't gonna never tell you nothing. I ain't gonna never tell you nothing wrong. I love you too much to not tell you the real. I love you too much to give you some bullshit. So
I like those hashtags, man. I like those hashtags, man. Peace is power.
Peace
I like it a lot, man. Well, cuz we've been at this for a minute, but I don't think we got canceled, so I think we gotta do this again, man.
We gotta do it again, man. Hey, y'all, make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow, tell a friend to tell a friend. And tomorrow, this episode will be up on all of your streaming platforms. Make sure you give us a like, give us a listen, give us a 5-star rating everywhere. We love y'all, cuz I love you, boy.
Hey, I love you too, man. Make sure that y'all follow us, man. We appreciate y'all. We out y'all. Salud to you.